You're at a networking event and people seem to be busy speaking to each other, but you'd like to talk to people too, but no one looks free. What do you do? Should you walk up to two people and hang around over there till there's a lull in the conversation and somebody looks at you and then you say, "Hi, this is Dipika saying," or should you break up a conversation? Or should you just look around the room for someone who looks free, lock eyes with them, and then quickly go to them and introduce yourself? What do you do so that you can maximize that networking event? This is a challenge that many of us have, and this is what we're going to talk about today. But before that, this is Dipika saying, welcome back to She Means Business. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to follow me on social media. At any networking event, the agenda is to meet as many people as possible. And that's not just your agenda. It's also the agenda of the others who are there at that networking event. Earlier, I used to hang around people waiting for conversations to have a lull before I would jump in and introduce myself. But I soon realized that was a huge waste of time. So now I've started having a focused strategy of barging into a conversation, but also not looking rude. How do you do that? You spot two people speaking, you walk up to them and you say, "Hi, this is Dipika saying, your conversation looked interesting. Please carry on." You've given them the permission and you've allowed them to continue with the conversation, but you've also introduced yourself. So now you're a part of that conversation. At best, they're talking about what they do, where they work, or if they're entrepreneurs, what business they run. There's nothing private about that conversation in any case. But by introducing yourself, you've now become a part of that conversation. So it's now three people speaking instead of just two. More often than not, they will turn to you and they will introduce themselves back, and the conversation will then continue from there with all three of you now a part of it. Question number 2. How do you now remove yourself from that conversation and go on to meet someone else? Very simple. Just say that it was a pleasure meeting you. I hope to stay connected with you. Exchange numbers if possible, and then move on. You don't have to stay, hanging out and hanging on to them anymore. Once you've introduced yourself and the conversation has run its course, feel perfectly free to move out of that conversation. And say so. You don't have to sidle away. You don't have to say, "Okay, then let me try and quietly move away from this conversation." Say, "It was a pleasure meeting you. I hope to catch up with you again. Let's stay connected. Goodbye." And then move on firmly. Don't move on, as if it's a sorry excuse of moving on. Just move on firmly. Networking events are a great place to meet new people. And really, there should be no agenda. It's not like you can, use them in any way in the short term or even in the long term for that matter. It's just about meeting new people. It's just about opening up your horizons and just networking with people. And that can only happen if you're very mindful about the situation that you're in and you don't feel shy about barging into a conversation, introducing yourself, and once you're done, also moving on with aplomb and with grace and with courtesy. This is Dipika saying, till next time, bye-bye.